like, let's say, so again, I will repeat myself. Our objective right now over here is that, let's say we got a PCAP file, or let's say we got the DNS log file, which is like use, and we wanted to quickly check if any of the domains were queried that belongs to this top 20 list of SERI domains that Symantec has shared with us, for an example. Okay, so what we have done is that we took those SERI domains like .country, .gdn, .racing, and just to keep it kind of minimal, not like very complex, we just mentioned 3 lists over here, 3 of the things. Okay, and what we are doing over here is that we are going through the DNS log.pysar.txt one by one. We're reading that line one by one, and then we are checking if that line has any of this SERI domains mentioned inside that. Okay, so running this will make it more clear. Okay, I hope this run at the first time itself. So let's say Python 3. Let me see what was the file. Okay, so this was the file of us DNS log, and this is our Python script. So I'll just run this Python script, check malicious domain, and if you see that it ran in the first time itself. Okay, so what it is doing is it is first printing the list of the domain that we have actually queried over here, and it is getting the first line. So this is the first line from that DNS log query, and this is actually the value of I. Okay, so this is the first line. So to explain your question, this is the first line. This is the current value of I. So what I have done is current URL. So if you again kind of just remember the code, this was the code of us where we are printing what's the I value with the current URL and what's the J value with the current URL. Okay, so what we will also do is that okay. So let me just do a clear, and let me just do cat, and let me just do Python. Okay, now what it is doing, it is printing the I. The I value is the first line this time. Okay, and it is checking. Okay, if that thing is kind of having, what is the current value? The current value is country. Okay, of J. The J value is country. Then next time it is racing, and then next time it is GDN. So what the issue over here is that none of this string is in this first line. Okay, so now what it is doing is that it is now checking the next line over here. If you see the next line, which is .country, and if you see, this is the next line in the log file, DNS log, the .country, and then it is checking like if that is string, if this line has .country over here. So it does have the .country over here. So it is telling potential malicious, and it is highlighting that entries for me. Okay. In similar manner, what it is doing. So there is some issues with the code. Let me just kind of, yeah. So I have actually given a wrong flag over here. C equal to 0. This will be the line, and Control X. Let's say clear. We again cat the file, and we again print the file. Okay. Now it will be much more clear. So this is the first line. It doesn't have any of this list, like not .country, no .racing, not .gdn. So it doesn't. So it says that, okay, potential non-malicious. So it says that this domain .edu is not malicious. In similar way, when it got the next line, which was .country, it says potential malicious. Okay, it says potential malicious. Okay. In similar manner, it does for .com. It says non-malicious. In similar manner, if we go down, it says .racing. It says it is potential malicious. Okay. So what it is doing is that it is iterating this file one by one, and then it is kind of checking like if that domain has this TLD, like .country, .racing, or .gdn anywhere. Okay. And then it is just have us like if it is malicious or not. And to understand this code in a much better way, what we will do is that this time, now I think you have understood like what this I and what this J is. What I will do is that I will just comment this part. Okay, I'll comment this part just to kind of have a little less data. And what I will do, I'll just do cat, and then I will just do like this. And it quickly tell me that, okay, this edu is not malicious, this country is malicious. This is like .com is not malicious. This dot racing is malicious. This is GDN is malicious, and this is not malicious. Okay, so this is how kind of as you know, this is like once you have the knowledge of Python scripting, you can do a lot of stuff, and you can handle a lot of different kind of incident on the fly. Okay, so as I told, like if you get into a scenario where, like, let's say you have a huge amount of log file, and one of the first basic check that you want to do is that if you want to check like if there were any malicious DNS query that were made, you just run this query, and it will kind of give you the list of, like, it will highlight those domains which is like malicious and which is like not malicious. Okay, and you can utilize this TLD, or let's say you get a new fresh list of malicious domain from your threat intel team, for an example, the new list. So this one is little bit is old one. It is like around 2018, but there will be like a lot of other TLDs which will be like more malicious in nature in 2023, for example. So what you can do is that you can utilize a fresh list, and you can utilize this script to kind of highlight which domains were like malicious and which is like not malicious. So I hope, are there any question on this script, or kind of understanding what's the intention behind this, or understanding how it can be useful to handle different kind of incident? So I take that silence as no answer, and I understand like you guys have now clearly understood what this script is doing over here. Okay, and as I told you, can kind of, this is just a basic check. You can kind of add more functionality to this one and kind of add certain more checks on the DNS log. Okay, so that's all for this part. Now let's check what my next notes is. So this is the first one, detecting malicious request. So this is something we have knocked down. We saw how we can do that using the threat intel report, and then maybe coming up with certain kind of automation and kind of highlighting which domains are malicious or not. Okay, now let me see what's the next topic we want to discuss. Give me just 1 second, guys. Okay, so now we will see how we can again let's say figure out what domains are malicious or not. So there are two things that we can do. One is via reputation of that domain, and one is via age of that domain. Okay, so now let's see what those things mean. So by reputation, what I mean is that let's say google.com. Okay, it is very highly reputed website. Okay, everyone knows about that. Or let's say fb.com, everyone knows about that, and we know that, okay, it is like not malicious in nature. So that is what I mean by reputation. Okay, and let's say what we do is that okay, so we go over here, and let's say I think I need to download data set. So this is again, like, guys, luckily I went to this website. This is again one of the best thing that maybe I will try to just explore this out in the last module. It is actually again related to machine learning. This is a website called kaggle.com. And in the kaggle.com, there are multiple kind of different exercises where what you do is that there are a lot of exercises like this. And what you do is that if you are able to kind of solve the question, what it does is that you will be kind of getting multiple high use value of prizes over here. So for an example, over here, there is a data set that has been shared, malicious URL data set, and you can use it to kind of tune up your script to kind of detect multiple malicious domain from the DNS query. Okay, so this is again kind of something based out of machine learning thing, which at this moment of time, which is one of the best skill that a SOC guys can have, because AI is taking a lot of jobs. So this is something, one of the best thing that one SOC guys can kind of learn on. which is machine learning part. And this is one of the website